Hi, this is Julie from the Godly Playroom. I wonder if you've noticed any signs of spring outside. These are some pictures that I took of spring in my yard. Many people see spring as a time of hope. I certainly do. And it also makes me think of the hope that Jesus shows us in many of the stories that he taught us. We're going to hear one of those stories today about what happens when people show kindness and caring and compassion for one another. And we hope you enjoy the story that we have to go along with it too. Today's Godly Play story is about the Good Samaritan. A Samaritan is the name of someone who came from an area called Samaria, back in the time when the Bible was written. The story starts as Jesus is preaching. A man who was very smart wanted to see if Jesus was a good teacher. And so he asked him this question, "Teacher, what should I do so I can go to heaven and live forever?" Jesus replied, "What's written in the Bible? What do you think?" The man answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself." "That's right," Jesus said. "Do this and you will live forever in heaven." But the man wanted to know more, and so he asked Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" Jesus decided to answer a question with a parable. Jesus told the story of a man who was walking along a dangerous and rocky road, leaving from Jerusalem and on his way to Jericho. Suddenly he looked around and some robbers came. They attacked him. They hurt him and took off most of his clothes and took his belongings. The man was left by the side of the road. Along came a priest. You would think that the priest would stop and help, but when he saw the man, he hurried away. He even crossed to the other side. Later, a Levite came. Levites are helpers of priests. You'd think the Levite would stop too, but he too, though seeing the man, walked away. You might think it was hard to tell if the man was just lying there sleeping, but it was clear that he was hurt. Then from far away came a man from Samaria. He saw there was someone lying and got close. He felt compassion for the man who was hurt. He brought his donkey close. He got things to help the man. He bandaged up his wounds. He even got the man up on his donkey and carried him off and took him to an inn. The Samaritan brought the man to an inn and got him set up so that he could get better. The Samaritan even gave money to the innkeeper and said, "Please use this to help this man get better." An important part of this parable is that the man who was injured and the Samaritan were from two different groups of people that normally didn't get along. This didn't stop the Samaritan, however, from helping the man and saving his life. I wonder what the man who was questioning Jesus about "Who is my neighbor?" thought of this parable. I wonder if the people who were listening thought about who they could help and why. We have another story to share with you about two very interesting characters that learn to help one another. I wonder if you can find anything that's similar in this story and the Good Samaritan.
Stick and Stone
By Beth Ferry and Tom Lichtenheld. Stick.
Stone.
Lonely.
Alone. A 0.
A 1.
Being alone is no fun.
Stick.
Stone.
Along comes Pine Cone. Makes fun of Stone. Won't leave him alone. Vanish, says Stick. His word does the trick.
Stone whispers, "Gee, you stuck up for me."
That's just what sticks do. Friends do it too. Stick,
Stone, no longer alone.
stick.
Stone, a friendship has grown.
They wander,
Explore.
lays by the shore. Then thunder and rain.
Boom! A loud current hurricane.
Stick is wind blown. There goes pine cone.
Hold on, calls out Stone. Again, he's alone. Search day, stick, stick, stick! Search night, no stick inside. What's that? A huge puddle? Stick stuck in the muddle.
Help!
Stone rescues him, click. Calabunga, kersploosh.
You rock, Stone, says Stick.
That's what stones do, and best friendship rocks too.
Stick,
Stone,
together again. Stick,
stone,
a perfect 10 to the end.
Sorry I needled you so much.
Blessings for a wonderful week, and remember that we all need help sometimes, and that Jesus taught us that we can all be helpers too.